All mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering and safely. I will establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. All mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering, and safely I will establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. Dala Dangwara Zebe Da Nobara Zebe Ge Darba Damje Jemba La Bard Yubara Zeba Damje Jezo Zebe Mananga Dan Yambe Zimje Damje Dewa Dande Dongara Dangara Nyorde Lana Me Yangda Bara Zobe Sanjo Rumbo Je Do Bara Za. Thus, until achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the kind rule Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path, are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta, and apply myself to a complete stage of the path. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. We're going to skip 7 long prayer, long one, and short mandala offering. The ground is sprinkling with scented water and strewed with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the spring mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and the moon. As a Buddha fair, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fairs. To the Lama who possesses the 3 kayas, I offer outer, inner, and secret offerings. With my body, word, and that all is visible, please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through postations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseech, and prayer for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings. All these are dedicated. Om Guru Rena Mandala Buddha Manga Samandra Savaran Samaye Ahom. I equal refuge, honor of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are Victor Vajradhara without doubt. I bow at the feet of Father and Jigtin Songong. Continue laughing with no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the two vehicles and the combination according to the disposition and likewise mental capacity of sentient beings. Long praise to Majishri. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, and free of clouds of two worlds, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For the reason he holds the wisdom text at his heart, he has a compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramani's speech. He wears the wisdom silver to cut settling of suffering and to dispel darkness of confusion. And the Bodhisattva from his pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Majushi, adorned by the 112 sons of Buddha, to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade. Coffee, right? Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade. Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade, Om Arapasanade. Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Arabazanade, Om Wangeshoram, 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 Om. You who are the perfect youthful body, whose flame of wisdom blesses, and dispel darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and praise you, Manjushri. Yonegele Jangwa Bo Yeshe Rome Rabdambar Yeden Tomo Menzar Wan Jambar Yang La Zanzel Do Tangge Doje Shaje Reisan Rong Yenje Mado Deje Bonjong Ba Serje Lambo Davar Jibe Shaje Jarbe Jala Sanze Dorjen Janjin Delon Naro Marba Malai Jija Gambo Baba Mojuba Yarwan de Gongwe Raju Lama Nanla Zorwan de Romain Jija Yang Bodang Ni de Zong Zanje Genjeng Owo Nye Ranzem Jiga Ngozon Donze Save Lame Jala Guzanze. Yeah, so. Thank you, translating Shirap, and everyone. Thanks coming to the teaching. I'm going to share Four Noble Truth teaching. So, Four Noble Truth. Do you hear that before? Four Noble Truth. Four Noble Truth. Okay, Four Noble Truth. So yesterday also I shared some part of the Four Noble Truth. Four Noble Truth is a most important teaching. So Four Noble Truth teaching, if you understand and discover our true nature or true reality. Before Buddha Shakyamuni, many religions, they all believe the creator gods. So when Buddha is enlightened, he shared this Four Noble Truths. So the Four Noble Truths discover is actually we are our own creator. And no one created us. We create our own karma. So karma is come from our body, speech, mind. We create it, ourselves. We create it ourselves, and that's why also we have an ability, opportunity to purify our own karma. Use our body, speech, and mind. We can release our own karma, and use this practice and meditate. so we can go back to our own true nature. Right now we are ordinary beings. So why we are ordinary beings? Because now we have obstacles, body obstacle, speech obstacle, mind obstacle. We know knowing who we are. This obstacle is arise from, of course, created by our through body, speech, mind. The reason is emotion. So emotion create karma. Then where is emotion come from? Emotion come from our self-grasping. Me, my. So we always have that, self is arising all the time, our mind. So when you wake up morning, you never wake up, I want to benefit others, right? So only wake up what I'm going to do today, me and I. So it's a self is arising, self-grasping is arising when you wake up morning. So this is selfish, then attached to ourselves, hatred to others, and then create a karma. So karma take birth again in samsara. Samsara is we call cyclic existence. Take birth again and again. We don't have a choice, even we don't want to take birth, because our afflictive emotion pushing, and we don't have a choice. So then, if we take birth in samsara, what is the problem? Samsara is a suffering. So that's the reason Buddha said we have to recognize our suffering. If we don't recognize our suffering, we don't apply some solution for suffering. So most important, we have to recognize our suffering. And within samsara means cyclic existence. So long as we have emotion, we have this cyclic existence. Emotion is take birth again and again. So emotion result is suffering. Then without emotion, the positive energy, positive quality we create, we call virtuous deeds. Yeah, virtuous deeds is you do something good things from your body, speech, and mind. So that result is natural happiness. And through our body, speech, and mind, create some no virtuous, negative things. Negative things based on background is afflictive emotion. So then that result is naturally suffering. So that's why Buddha recognizes our suffering is due to our afflictive emotion and our negative karma. And our happiness also due to we create ourselves as positive karma. And so now we are take birth human being here. We are human beings. We create some good karmas. And that's the reason we take human beings birth. So many sentient beings, human beings are not the odd number. Animal is more odd number than human beings. And animal, comparing to the we call hungry ghost, is spirits, invisible being many, more suffering being is more the animals. So that's why we take birth to human being is we are lucky because we have created some good karma. That's the reason we become human beings. But human beings also not free from suffering. And human beings also have suffering. We have death suffering, we have old age suffering, we have sickness suffering, we have birth suffering. Then human beings always desire. We always wanting. never ever satisfied. So due to that desire, then create always causes of suffering. So that's why we have to recognize the samsara beings suffering. And the reason is we want happiness, we don't want suffering. Is you cannot find any single being wanting suffering. Every single being wants happiness, but due to ignorance, create causes of suffering many beings. Even they want happiness, but don't know how to create happiness. Due to the selfish, emotion, ignorance, create causes of suffering. Many bugs jump into the candles, butter lamps, right, and the lights, the fire. Many beings jump into there and die, is burned. So they also want happiness. They don't want to die there. They don't recognize they're going to die there. They see some lights, they're attached to that. Then they jump there and they die, burn. So same, human beings also we want happiness, but ignorance, we create the causes of suffering. So due to attachment, create the causes of suffering. Same as elephant. Elephant have very strong attachment, desire for senses. Elephant. Desire for senses, like very smooth, like your body touch to smooth, right? And like how to say the feeling, senses, right? Sensation, or like your body touching to something like you feel peaceful, like maybe smooth, like what is that attachment called? I think it's the senses, right? Body's sensation. So elephant like to have that attachment, they're laid down in the mud, and then they're stuck there, cannot get out. They die there. So that's also another example, the body attached to senses, I think. Sensation. Huh? Senses is correct. Senses or sensation. Senses. Then elephant stuck in the mud, they cannot get out. It's die. And fish attached to taste. So that's why these fishing people hook them, right? And die. And this many bugs attached to the eye, what is it called, attached to this light, then jump into the fire and burn. Then another animal attached to the song, the listening song, and forget everything. Then hunter go to very close and shoot arrow and die. So that's our example. Our six senses is attached to object, is causes of suffering. So in the within samsara we have, like we human being, of course we have attachment, but so strong fixation, so strong attached to something, then that create a strong causes of suffering. So that's why in this teaching, what I'm going to share with you, I'm not going to say give up everything, okay? You need many things. You need many things. We need to survive in life, But whatever we own, whatever we have, good is satisfied and recognize what we need and use correctly, not attached to that. Yeah. So attachment is create suffering. Is you cross the ocean, you need a boat. Like example, we go to another island, maybe you use your own boat, something, and then when you get in the island, you don't need to carry boat into your head, shoulder, otherwise you are suffering. So you have to leave boat there. Same, we have to use many things for our, survive the life, for practice for dharma, and good condition we need to use, but we use that, no fixation to that too much. Strongly attached fixation is the causes of suffering. So that's why Buddha, the main point when he shared this Four Noble Truth, is we have to recognize suffering. And we, all human beings, all animals, what we right now we see, everyone is suffering. No one is free from suffering. You cannot show any single person free from suffering in the world. Doesn't matter who they are, yeah, and rich or poor or gender, which kind of gender, which kind of nationality, which country you live, is no one free from suffering. You cannot show anyone. We have a temporary happiness. So we have temporary happiness. Then we cannot attach to that temporary happiness. We have to recognize we have happiness, some levels, and we not saying no one has any happiness, but we have temporary happiness, human beings. Also animals, some animals have temporary happiness, but their happiness is like all the happiness, our human beings, animals, temporary happiness is impermanent, it's change. So we have to recognize that, and then we want true happiness. So no, we have this suffering. Where does the suffering come from? We have to look to that. Where is the suffering come from? We don't want the suffering. We have to look to the suffering cause. Suffering cause is called origination of suffering. I think you heard that also too. Origination of suffering. Origination of suffering means our own afflictive emotion is origination of suffering. Yeah. So long as we have afflictive emotion, and then I already mentioned that create naturally causes of suffering. That's why we have to know what it means emotion. Emotion means our ignorance. Ignorance is we not knowing what is right, what is wrong. We not knowing, and that's why we create causes of suffering. And that's called ignorance. Long as we have ignorance, then attachment arises. Attachment is so strong fixation and not let go. We're holding something. If you lose and you're extremely upset, unhappy, so that's called attachment. Attached to the object means like really strong fixation, grasping to the object. Then long as we have attachment outside, naturally hatred to others, called anger arise, called aversion, right? So no pleasant, happy feeling. It's a really negative feeling, anger into our mind and heart. We know, is the 100%, our peace is gone. So anger is arising within your mind. You cannot sleeping. You can't sleep, right? Even you have really good comfort. Anger arises in your mind, you can't sleep. And anger is arise if you have really good everything, but you don't fear anything. Yeah, so now you are all in e-visa, and also we have Zom Sanghas, many countries, different countries. So your home beautiful, your bed is comfortable, e-visa is beautiful, sun shining, beach, but all this good condition here has parties going on all the time. But your mind is not really happy, its anger is rising within your mind. You don't feel anything, good things here. So that's why, and these emotions arising is moment we lost happiness. And then also this negative emotion create negative karma too, because anger, attachment, and create a karma. Strong fixation attached to ourselves and hatred to others, then naturally create a karma. You saying better things for others and or harming for others and create something action doing things like then other people upset, like kind of hurt, and then that means like create a karma. And then also jealousy arising our mind, and jealousy is a really strong negative feeling. Jealousy arises in your heart strongly, and then you lose all this peaceful joy too. And pride, ego is block all the good, positive energy, everything, and then your mind is never going to open up, and you cannot receive any other good things yourself. You already close to your door. So that's why this emotion, is a source of the suffering, and origination of suffering is emotion. Emotion creates suffering. So that's why suffering we cannot change. So what we can do change is we have to get rid of our emotion. So you think that is possible? Yes, it's possible. Yeah, it's so kindness. Buddha Shakyamuni, he put so much effort, aspiration, and he got rid of his own emotion. Yeah, he tested, and it's possible. So he is a scientist. Buddha is a scientist because he want to help other beings. It's very strong enthusiasm, kind, love, good intention for others. But when he was Siddhartha, right, and that time he don't know how to help. That's why his journey, spiritual journey, and purify all his negative karma and enlightened. So when he enlightened, he discovered this true, truth, Four Noble Truth, and share for us. He said, he tested, he did found the result, get the goal, reach. So that's what he shares. His sharing is always his own experience. And so I don't know, you have studied Buddhist philosophies. Like in the Buddhist philosophy, you really don't need to believe something, religion. You can use your own logic, and your intellectual. You can investigate and you can find the truth. So that's why Buddha also said, you can investigate me, you can investigate my teaching. And he also investigate all this emotion and suffering, and he investigate any solution for the emotion. So he recognized emotion is not our mind nature, not our true, like something cannot separate, permanent. Emotion he recognized is temporary. So same is like the mind is the same as space, but clouds is not a space, right? Clouds and the space is separate. Same, our thoughts, emotions are not mind nature. So it's temporary. That's the reason have a solution to can get rid of our afflictive emotion. So he found the called path, truth of the path. So truth of path, if you use, you can get rid of your own afflictive emotions. So long as you get rid of your own afflictive emotions, what you reach is called cessation, truth of cessation. Reach called nirvana is free from suffering states. And so that's why I have to share today a little bit more about the truth of the path. Because the truth of the path is directly antidote to origination of suffering. So truth of origination suffering is causes of samsara suffering. And truth path is causes of nirvana, enlightenment. And this true cause is the most important to the result. Suffering, we cannot do anything. We have to get rid of a cause. And if you want the cessation nirvana, one thing that never happened, but we have to create the causes of truth of a path. We have to practice that, That's why this teaching, and what Buddha share is really makes sense. Yeah, I cannot say I'm Buddhist, that's why I make sense, because I also studied some levels Buddhist philosophy, we investigate. It's followed by, it's all same way as a scientist. So I have to study also other religions too. And we have to check all this background, why they wanted to share this religion, what is agenda, and this true intentions are correct or not. Then after when they share, so what saying these things, everything's correct or not, everything I have to investigate in the Buddhist philosophy. So Buddhist philosophy cannot be biased, especially that we have called logic book. Put all the religions there, and then every religion is comparing which one has really truth, and saying truth. It's really go to the true reality, not create something. It's not the own agenda, something for benefit their own agenda, something going on there or not, the teachers. So Buddha, he don't have any own agenda, anything. He only pure love, compassion, want to benefit others. If that also cannot be become, spiritual teacher, the supreme teacher, and must have to have a knowledge, wisdom, and have to purify all, obstacles. So Buddha is free from all the obstacles. So then he also shares, he never say you have to follow me, right? You can think, you can check, you can research, and you can analyze whether like or no, you can check again and again. It's very beautiful 4 sentence. Gelong tagan ke nam ches. Sikye dar sergento. Lekpar tal ngayaka. Lamar sa kiserme. It's very beautiful 4 sentence, one verses. I don't know how to translate English, not easy, okay? It's kind of a poetry. Yeah. The first one he says, Gelong tagan ke nam means, it's like monks or bushes and scholars. And ke namji, lipar talangaika, please research what I'm saying, check, investigate. Lamar sayukiseme, then you can accept, not to follow just blindly, right? Blindly or blindly, not just follow blindly, and not only just create your devotion to say, okay, yeah, I like a Buddha, and I follow him. That's also not enough, yeah. And Gelonda can sikye dar sergeant is the goal. I think some, I don't know the jewelry makers. There's some good ones. Like I think the gold, many, I think maybe put in the fire and merge and create again. I think pure gold something they create, like have to put more in the fire again and again. Do you know anyone know that? So they created the pure gold. Is you have to put in the fire again and again. And so that's kind of Buddha say you have to research, check, and my teachings. So that's I think is beautiful. You think so or no? So that is the same as the scientist. And then it's the emotion, we have this order afflictive emotions. So Buddha found all the solutions, another truth of the path. So he said we have emotion, this is a solution. What is the solution? We have an example, anger, right? Do you have anger or no? In the Zom Sangha anger, do you have angers? I think mostly reaction good, like this anger. But maybe some already higher level, maybe no anger. It's anger is, we cannot say we don't have anger, but sometimes we don't have anger. Right now we don't have anger because we don't have conditions. When you get a condition, the condition, like somebody really make you, hurt, then you'll see you have anger or not. Right now you are enjoy here, good beautiful weather, Morocco 10, under the Morocco 10, and the cozy, like this space. You cannot be have anger. So no condition of anger here, right? Same, in the Zom Sangha, everybody stay home and a good chair and relax. They can eat whatever they want. What you wanted to drink, you can drink. Mostly you are at home and you are relaxed. You cannot have anger listening Dharma teaching. But when we have anger or not, then we see somebody make you really difficulty. Yeah, saying negative words, harsh words, and some negative words spread out your friends community, and no truth. Then what going on? Your mind is going to put in the fire, right? So you then anger is really arise within yourself. So no, we don't have a gross level anger, but underneath, all this, long as we get condition, ready to rise. Okay, so that means anger we have. And attachment same, no, everything's perfect and relax. Maybe you don't have a specifically strong attached object in this moment, but when you see some condition, the cause, some special object, your attached object, you seeing that, then you can see you cannot control yourself. Attachment is very strong arise. And no, we don't have jealousy, but when condition comes, jealousy condition, you cannot control yourself. So no, we don't have maybe gross level pride, but pride is very hard to recognize. Always just pride is there, and even we think I'm better than someone, so that's also pride already. So then I am better than someone or anyone, so then you can beat anyone, right? Many object. So then that's his pride. No, we don't have this all the emotions like grossly rising right now, but we have all the seeds, cause there. When condition comes, easy to rise. Okay, so when emotion arises, we don't have ability to control that, because another hand we don't have enough practice the truth of the path. So long as you practice the truth of path, when emotion arises, you can control your emotions. You recognize your emotions. Yeah, the recognize our own emotions is very good too. We usually we don't recognize we have our own emotions. We don't know we are wrong. We don't know incorrect. We don't accept sometimes because due to our ego pride. Sometimes we don't like to accept. Yeah, and hard to also apologize something. Yeah, so that's also ego, and also just depending sometimes like culturally apologize also depending some culturally very easy to say apologize, I'm sorry. Some culture really hard to say apologizes. Yeah, if you say that, then you will become loser kind of apologize, and very hard to say. But anyway, it's just point is we have to recognize our afflictive emotion when it arises. We have to recognize, we something doing wrong. We have to recognize. So long as you recognize, then you have opportunity, ability to apply antidote. What is antidote? Solution is truth of the path. So truth of path is called Dharma practice. Yeah, this Dharma practice has all the solutions for origination of suffering and the samsaras, the problem, whatever comes. We have a solution, the truth of the path. Long as you know, sometimes we don't know, right? We don't have enough knowledge to recognize. I mean, which kind of practice apply for our afflictive emotion. We don't know which one is the solution. Sometimes we just not mindful, just ignorance or this afflictive emotion run over us. We just become our afflictive emotions anything, or to say our afflictive own emotions become we are anything ourselves. Yeah, so then you know always something solution there, Dharma. Many Dharma is already Buddha shared. 84,000 Dharma teachings. That's called 84,000 Dharma teachings. Why is we have to share 84,000 Dharma teachings? Because we individual single person has 84,000 afflictive emotions. So these are 84,000 afflictive emotions subsumed to 6 afflictive emotions: ignorance, attachment, very strong desire, self-grasping desire, and then attachment, anger, pride, jealousy. So it's 6. So these 6 afflictive emotions, yesterday also I shared, projected all these 6 rams samsara. And long as we have these 6 afflictive emotions within our mind, then 6 ram exist. If you don't have this 6 afflictive emotion within your mind, the 6 rams not exist. And that's why this six afflictive emotion, Buddha gives solutions for that. And you can get rid of your 6 afflictive emotions. So what is the 6 solution is? We have a generosity, called 6 parameter, generosity. And you can have morality, and you can participation. You can do joyful effort, put like spiritual joyful effort, not the samsara joyful effort. And then we can practice meditate, and we can apply our own wisdom, or study Dharma, create, knowledge, wisdom. So this 6 parameters, 6 perfection is antidote to 6 afflictive emotions. And then this 6 parameter is just principle and kind of mean, or the Dharma practice, but each one has the many branches, of course. When you do the generosity, so generosity is, many levels of generosity. You sharing material things giving to for others who need, right? Physical object, material things for giving to others. And you save life for others. So that's also called generosity too. You saving others' life. And also you share the teaching, Dharma teaching, also part of the highest level of generosity. You share something, spiritual things. And you help them, waking up something benefit for when we die, future life. So that's also generosity too. It's called Dharma generosity. And saving the life is generosity. and giving matter object for generosity, and service for others, helping for others through our body, speech, mind, also generosity. And when we do the generosity with, love, and create a very strong love is, you have some very kindness in your heart to others. Kindness, heart, love is like wishing everyone have happiness, So recognize everyone is like our own mothers. So that's hard to know. In the Buddha's teaching, usually we say all sentient beings are our mother. The reason is, we take so many birth again, and countless already within samsara. So we take birth already countless, and then human beings we can count. 8 billion human beings we can count, but how many I take birth in samsara I cannot count. So that's why all these 8 billion human beings used to my mothers. And another way, recognizing other beings, same as my mother in the present mother, and create a love, same as our present mother, move to others. So that's another method to meditate love for others. And another is, when you meditate, when love is very strong arising within your heart, and in that moment you feel, everyone is like same as your mother. So through your practice, even you don't need to think about, I take many births, and she is my mother, and you don't have to go that way too. When you meditate, practice, your love is arising in your heart, and then that moment, even enemy is in front of you, no anger arise for that person. So when enemy is in front of you, your love is arise for that person. Become, you appreciate that person. If there's someone, make you something hard and difficulty, and create you some, unhappy, sadness, something, someone make you some hardships or difficulty. When you meditate, love arising, that person in front of you, hit anger arise for that person. You love arise for that person. Same moment, you appreciate that person too. Because whatever hardship make difficulties, and you can use that, and you create, generate your love for that person. So that's the, love arise in your heart. Then look to another hand, your self-grasping, strong ego is cannot be there. Your anger is cannot be there, because naturally release. This origination of suffering, truth of origination of suffering, truth part of suffering, this cannot be together. It's contradict each other. And that's why you generate love, you can release all these our afflictive emotions. And the same moment, purifying lots negative karma. Many love negative karma we purifying. And through your generosity, create love. Yeah. And then through the generosity, you also can apply with generosity with morality. Very powerful, through the generosity with morality, you giving something, sharing something, but very nicely, humbly, right? Without ego. And if you give generosity, food for homeless, example, you not just throw food for front of there, and say good words, nice and kind way, and giving to like very polite way, give to homeless people. Morality is naturally there together. So it's generosity with morality. And so long as you have that, then your giving generosity has not only generosity with morality, with love. Yeah. And then you're giving something for others, like you see the person is suffering and wishing free from suffering. You recognize you're giving food or cloth. Someone like frozen, you're giving cloth. Someone is hunger, you're giving food. Someone is thirsty, you're giving drinks. And then someone need a ride, you're giving, just how to say that someone say, okay, come to my car, drive you happy. Is someone does hijacking, like if long as you have good intention, the most is important is good intention. I want to help, recognize others are suffering. So you see that and you do, yeah. So then compassion is there. Generosity with the compassion is long as there arises compassion in our heart, ego cannot be there, no ignorance, because you see others are suffering, you want to help that, and you wishing they're free from suffering. That is opposite of the ignorance. Ignorance is not knowing, no arise compassion. That is called ignorance. Even someone suffering, no arise compassion. And we have ability to help for others, with no helping for others. Then that's called ignorance, right? But when you have compassion, no ignorance cannot be there. When you giving things, and you need it like patience. We need patience with generosity together. Patience is like maybe you have to go there, take time to do that, right? If you're going to give something, like you have to give up something yourself. And so that's also patience. And also, you have to take time to do that. If you're going to give food, you have to cook food, or you have to buy the food, right? You go there, and you sharing something, doing things. It's that's also, we need patience. So without the patience, is also then you cannot do. Yeah, people who don't have a patience, they cannot do anything. Always something going on and unhappy, or the then without the patience, people always has like strongly selfish, thinking about their own all the time, and then they don't think I can do anything for others. So that's without patience, the person hard to do anything for others. So we need a patience to do. And when you're giving something, generosity with morality, with patience, with love, with compassion, with patience, so every one object bring all these qualities together, one sharing, and then you have joyful effort, enthusiasm, wanted to do that, yeah, you like to do, happy to do. So must have to have enthusiasm. Otherwise, someone have to forcing to you to do that. Then your whatever you're doing is not virtuous deeds, not dharma. So whatever you're doing, sharing is you have enthusiasm, happy to do that, and then that is a enthusiasm, means joyful effort is there. And then when you're giving something for others, generosity with meditation. Meditation is there many levels of meditation. Some is you can just mind resting, let go all the thoughts, also meditation. But some is like you have awareness, what are you doing, with awareness, mindfully you sharing, it's called meditation. And then wisdom, we know the person need help and others are suffering. We recognize that we have ability to do that. And that's all called wisdom. Without any our own expectation, and then you giving, doing things, sharing for others, That's called wisdom. And without wisdom, then people also has a like selfish mind, like, okay, I give it to that person, these things for some generosity, giving someone, but then you have agenda, something, and then we don't call that as a generosity. So wisdom helps, and without expectation, without agenda, you giving, sharing, then that is very powerful. So it's one generosity has all these good qualities together, enlightening qualities. Yeah, so that's called the truth of the path. Long as you have that, on the other hand, all your afflictive emotions, self-grasping, is naturally dying, destroying. And the moment, like also we purify many negative karma. So that's the see, one generosity has lots power. It's so much benefit. And you really do in your one lifetime, even we have one lifetime like this, when we was born until die, in this life, if you do really perform the generosity one time, and then that is more meaning for our whole life worldly activities. Because we do so much things in our worldly activities, when we die, it's like nothing to carry with us. Yeah. And you performing one beautiful generosity, and one day in within your one life. So that is a big gift. And that is, I told you yesterday, you have beautiful insurance your boat, future life. So never going to lose that benefit. Never going to exhaust also, because you have wisdom with like no expectation. Expectation generosity is a limited benefit, and without expectation, with sharing, dedication without expectation, is become your virtuous deeds. Generosity is immeasurable. You create. So that's why if you perform in one beautiful generosity one lifetime, and that more meaning for the whole life we doing these all worldly activities. You buy 100 insurance in this life, and that's you did one good performing, one generosity is more better than 100 insurance in this life. Because 100 insurance you have, maybe you can use, maybe not use, it's also your insurance, whatever you buying is paying is, we put a hard effort, also regret, and I mean the no happy, and too much cost, like it's the worldly level. We don't know it's really benefit or not, but you have very beautiful one generosity one day, so that you can take future life with your company, and that liberate us in the future life benefit. So that helps all the future life go beautiful again. And then if with like all this like other spiritual qualities with generosity, love, compassion, joyful effort, participation, morality all together, you can free from samsara. So that's the say one generosity has like that power. And then second is called morality. Morality also has morality with generosity. Morality is morality. Morality with patience. Morality with joyful effort. Morality with meditation. Morality with wisdom. All this, each one has these six together. Packet benefit comes together. You don't have to think about, okay, I'm doing only generosity, no other any dharma activities, not there. So that also misunderstand. And today, I'm sharing with you this Four Noble Truth teaching. You are listening for Noble Truth teaching. You all have six paramita. I also have six paramita. Because what I'm sharing is my generosity. whatever you're hearing, you also, like listening, teaching. Some people put in the donations for Dharma centers, and you come here everywhere, like people doing things. Is like you doing something, part of your like time generosity, and your contributions or whatever you're doing something. Like people go to Dharma center, you have to use like some gas, and on the path, like you paying whatever doing for the spiritual things. It's called generosity. So that is your generosity, your time generosity too here. And then when you listen to teaching, that time, hopefully you have good conduct. So I also, that moment I have good conduct, I focus on the Dharma, all the time, right? Sharing teaching. And you also listen to the teaching. So you don't doing any other worldly activities. You give up all these worldly things. And that is your beautiful, your conduct. Usually we don't have this good conduct. Yeah. We all the time worldly activity. Even we know harming for other beings, but mind is not follow the spiritual practice. Mind is be with the social media and worldly things all the time. Yeah, be with that. And so that's the reason. No, you all has beautiful conduct when you listen to Dharma teaching. Third is patience. So listening teaching need patience. Without patience, you cannot stay 2 hours. It's too long for people. 2 hours is really long actually. And when you finish 2 hours teaching, I also like brain is shut down sometimes. That's why I need coffee support. I think this is enough. So it's we need patience, right? When you listen and teaching, if you don't pay attention, sometimes like you lose focus, then you come back to again very hard to understand what I'm talking about. If you are on the rotating, like you listening continually, really focusing, then you understand. So you need patience to do that. Without the patience, you lose focus too. And so then when you listen to teaching, have to give up many worldly activities and really focus teaching. That's also your patience, practice patience. We have a passion for samsara things, worldly things. We have a passion. People can do the party and other things like that has passion. Then they never recognize the sun is hot, and they don't recognize that much is cold. They don't recognize time is going. So usually they recognize the party is starting like 8 o'clock or 7 or 8. Then they goes like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. But people stay there, right? And they don't think this too long. Everybody has a really good passion with samsara worldly activity. When listening Dharma teaching, we don't have a passion. It's very hard. Then when you listening, it's okay. I don't understand. Sound is hard, and the door is barking, or music is going on somewhere, and or beach is somewhere very nice. Maybe I'll go there. Oh, my phone is ringing, and so many things are going on. Easily you're going to lose focus and the patience there. So then your mind is not really pay attention to Dharma teaching. Your mind is wondering something, other things. Then teaching is very long. Even 30 minutes is really long feeling. So that's why easily people lost patience when you listen to Dharma teaching. And another reason is, we have this negative energy in our body. Another, like we're talking about origination of suffering, truth of origination of suffering. The truth of origination of suffering say, don't practice, don't listening, go to party, go to do things, your mind is like try to push away to samsara, because that is a negative energy's job. Positive energy begin you listening, teaching, meditate, practice, be patient, be love, be compassion. So that kind of telling us we don't hearing that much. So we don't listening positively like energy and truth of the path. We don't listening, so we listening more for the negative energy, for who try to push you in the samsara, and that's why easily lost patience. Okay, so when you listening teachings, we also have some good levels of patience. So that's also many spiritual teachers says when we listening teaching, it's no wasting time. It's beautiful practice. Also, 6 parameter during this sharing the teaching, listening teaching. Teacher who listening teaching both has a 6 parameter practice. And when you go to spiritual practice, you create some positive energy yourself. Then ignorance arises. Ignorance put us sleeping, when listening teaching. Like this, you fall asleep easily. When you have a party and watch TV, you never have that feeling into your body. You wake up all the time. You no need coffee. Do you understand? And when we're going to listening teaching, we need coffee and some support, because ignorance push us sleeping and push us lazy, foggy, and create more, distractions. So that's the, ignorance job, negative emotions job. So first, very hard to you get in the space, Dharma teaching place, because this negative emotions push you where samsara again, samsara activity place. And the luckily, okay, your positive energy bring we are here, and in the zone, in the space here, we are in the listening Dharma teaching, we discussing Dharma. But still these negative emotions not letting you go. That all the time bring you something into your mind. Okay, so try to put you sleeping, and when you listening teaching, very easily go sleep. When you do spiritual teaching practice, easily go for sleep, easily get distracting. Then we don't have time, we don't have patience. When you watch TV movie, 2 hours, 3 hours, like this, no problem. You have time, you have energy, you're not going to sleep, and you wake up, fully wake up. And so when you go to spiritual path, very hard to, and maintaining, because negative emotions always provide something in there, giving something for us, distractions. So that's the reason we need a patience. Without a patience, it's not easy to maintaining listening teaching. Then when you listening teaching, you have also, of course, the joyful effort. Without joyful effort, you cannot be there, and you will easily lost our focus. Joyful effort and participation is very similar, but slightly different. Joyful effort means also happy to do. Your mind is joyful, happy, especially you happy to do spiritual practice. We have a joyful effort for worldly things. People excited and happy, many things of worldly activity. But who has worldly excited and joyful people come to spiritual practice, they're zero joyful effort. We recognize that. So that means like that person is not ready to wake up, because still this negative emotion, ignorance very strong take. And we knows ourselves, also we knows others. It's some people really enthusiasm worldly activities, so happy and doing things. But come to spiritual practice, it's all the energy is dead. And then even no any effort like enthusiasm, happy, no about any feelings that. So that means like ignorance is very thick. Yeah. So some people also we know so like positive way, spiritual activity is so enthusiasm, so happy, and wherever spiritual is gathering something, always there. And then worldly activities, no patience. So that means that person is a really good path, on the path. That person has truth of the path, practice. So we have to create, if we don't have, we have to create our generosity, morality, participation, joyful effort. We have to create that. And this practice dharma perfection is when right now you have. Right now we have, but sometimes we think, oh, I'm not doing generosity, I'm not creating love and compassion someone. Sometimes feel that, but when you listen and teaching, you have that together. Always a packet is come together. Okay. So then that's the joyful effort. Then what is the next one is meditation. When you the listening teaching, your meditation is there because your mind focus. If you don't focus, you distracting, then you lose, right? And your mind is be there clearly. So that is called meditation. And wisdom is there. When you hear the teaching, also you learn something, you understand something. So that is called wisdom. And during the lesson and teaching, perfection packet is there together. Okay. If you do performing beautiful generosity, all packet is there together. And you do good morality, all packet is together. And you have doing some, activities, participation, of course, then joyful effort, meditation, wisdom, each has packet together coming. And no separation. So that is called the truth of the path. Truth of path comes. Another hand, also this afflictive emotions, 6 packet together there. So that's the reason. Another hand, we have to put through the path, 6 packet together, And ignorance, that's why you have desire. And ignorance, that's why we have attachment. When we have attachment, that's why we have anger. When we have anger, that's the reason we have pride, jealousy. All this also packet is together coming. And we have to apply also this, practice truth path is a packet together. And then each packet is not only 6. They have, other hand, negative packet has 84,000 negative packet together, like called origination of suffering has 84,000 packet come together. And also we have to apply 84,000 this truth of path packet, practicing together. So then this 84,000 dharma packet remove all the 84,000 negative origination of suffering. They cannot be together. They are contradict each other. So that's the Buddha he discovered, he found. It is really truth, it's right. Yeah. And we have our own experience. When we have a strong selfish, cannot be generosity, cannot be together. Anger cannot be love together. Anger cannot be together compassion. Anger cannot be good morality. When you have anger, you don't have good morality. When anger arises, you don't have patience. Anger and patience contradict each other, right? And so when you have enthusiasm, joyful effort, then you don't have anger, you don't have a desire, attachment, you don't have thinking about your own benefit, joyful effort, enthusiasm is a spiritual, loving, kind. You have effort for that. So when you meditate, mind be in the present, you don't have a thought at that moment, you don't have attachment, anger is arising at that moment. And see, we can apply each moment this packet, positive packet. When you apply yourself this positive, Dharma packet, you don't have a negative packet at that moment. When negative packet is delete or remove, that moment we are enjoy and happy. You feel, ourselves is a spiritual qualities arising ourselves. We have that feeling. That moment we also feel I'm spiritual person. You can say that, I'm spiritual, because when love arises in your heart, you are spiritual person. When generosity is arising your, heart and mind and doing actions, you are spiritual person. And when compassion arises in your heart, you are spiritual. So this spiritual energy arising within your mind, that moment we are bodhisattva. And other hand, origination of suffering that arising in your mind, that moment we are ordinary person, because we can be day or we can be night. So sometimes they talk about black and white, right? So one moment you cannot be daytime and nighttime together, cannot be. Yeah, daytime, nighttime cannot be together, right? In the same moment. Okay, same, you also cannot be ordinary person with afflictive emotion, or you are spiritual person with this dharma quality with you, cannot be together. So which one is arise, and you are belong to that citizen. So we can be ordinary samsara citizen each moment. We can be each moment belong to bodhisattva citizen, enlightened citizen. So then that's we have to keep in always within our mind. Yeah. So you have that in your mind. When you emotion arise, you recognize, oh no, I'm in the ordinary samsara worldly citizen. So then you apply other one, truth of the path. That moment you become bodhisattva citizen, enlightenment citizen, belong to your and the enlightenment group. So that's we have to create ourselves. Long as you create that, one day you strong spiritual this practice, you have the truth or path is arising in your heart. Then we are, our own protection become. Then we have true protection ourselves, because this dharma quality into our body, speech, mind arise with our mind. Then we have true protections, protect from our negative emotions. So when negative emotions arise, we are our own victim, our own negative emotion. We are suffering. And when this positive spiritual practice arising within our mind, truth of the path is arising within ourselves, we have true protection ourselves. The negative emotion cannot put us suffering. Do you understand or no? So that's the reason. And this practice dharma is we have to apply ourselves, because we must become our own protections. And as long as we have our own protection, then you can protect others, you can help for others. and until they get true protection themselves. So one day there, then you can help and guide, and one day they get this Dharma spiritual arising within their own heart, mind, then they have their own true protections. And then that moment, that person is already belong to naturally enlightenment citizen. So that's why a couple of days ago, weeks ago, we talked about all these chakras also. And this negative energy block our higher chakras. And we always experience lower chakras. That moment we are suffering. And the positive energy, this part of Dharma is arising within our heart. Opening up is your heart chakras. Long as you open your heart chakras, you have beautiful enjoyment and you have your own virtual reality. So you release already negativity, samsara, suffering. This impure percept is gone. We create a beautiful our own spiritual journey path and virtual reality create. Yeah, so that's what we want. We have that right now. We have that, but we don't open it. We not using. We have a beautiful flower seeds, but we not put water for that, And the beautiful flower, the beautiful flower seeds is just not to put in the ground beautiful soil, create and sun and water. We don't do these things like just then, beautiful flower is still seeds. So now we have that seeds. We have to put in good soil, right? Good soil, and then where it can really grow sun and water, and then beautiful flower arise. So that seeds we have, but we not you doing or we don't create that, right? And if we use this our spiritual practice conditions, then you put water onto your seeds. You use for sun in your seed, and you using good soil your seeds. Then one day your seeds is arise. When your seeds is arise, then we don't have this reality. We have another reality, beautiful reality arise. Okay, that reality is within ourselves, not somewhere else. And use all this spiritual, path solution. Then you arise this our own beautiful virtual reality. That is called cessation. That cessation is within ourselves, but no, we don't recognize. So we have to how to say create that, or we have to recognize that. That's the called cessation, and then free from suffering, free from samsara. So that's the reason, cessation is result of path, and suffering is result of origination of suffering. And now we are within in samsara, origination of suffering as result sufferings arise. So we can get rid of this, our origination of suffering, use origination of path. Origination of path can get rid of our origination of suffering. So long as the origination of suffering get rid of, use truth of the path, then we have experience nirvana and amazing our own virtual reality. So when you reach to your own virtual reality, and then you have your true protections, you never come back to on this suffering, impure reality. You always have this, then become the true, pure reality, great, I think, always happiness reality. So that's we have to reach to that level. So when we reach that level, then we call cessation, free from samsara, suffering. It's amazing. Everybody wanted that, right? Yes, we all want to hear in the Zom Sanghas. I'm checking they want or not. So who own the videos, they say yes. Other I cannot see, so I don't know. So I think they want, that's why here. And listening, teaching, and recognize. So we have to apply the Dharma path. And that's the Four Noble Truth teaching. Actually, I finished the Four Noble Truth teaching. So we have a summary. I'm going to just summary. We have to recognize the suffering. Suffering is a talk about the three different sufferings. Suffering of suffering, and change of suffering, and pervasive of suffering, three different sufferings. So suffering of suffering is we have get extra problems, and then something, the obstacle, losing family, losing relatives, losing job, losing, whatever we expectation is losing, it's called suffering of suffering. And then sick, disease. Then change of suffering is with something is enjoy things, but then slowly change to is a suffering of change. Many things are suffering of change. So people happy, enjoy with good weather, enjoy in the beach. The moment the hurricane coming and the weather change, it's called change of suffering. And you have beautiful things, something going on, but then it's not knowingly it's become, that is causes of suffering. So that's called change of suffering. And then so we know like many relationships break up, right? So that's people get heartbroken. They say heartbroken. So who has heartbroken? They say it's extremely suffering, And so that's also called is suffering of change, because first it's happy, and then change, break up relationships, and many people divorce. So it's a suffering. And when we get parents get a child, they are very happy, exciting, but when they lost, extremely suffering. So that's also called change of suffering. And family gathering together, enjoy, and create a really good, beautiful food together, eat together. Maybe food has something, and everybody gets sick, and then they're called change of suffering. Happy is change of suffering. So like that, within our society or in this worldly, in this samsara has many like that, change of suffering. Then pervasive of suffering, long as we take birth in this samsara, so everything's impermanent. We cannot control it, no choice. So long as we have a birth, we're going to change old age, no choice. It's sick, no choice, because we have these five elements in the body. So these five elements is become balanced, we are good. One day, like these elements is shaking, is get sick, and it cannot be balanced all the time. Then separate, is get sick and die. So that's all is called pervasive of suffering. Everyone has, and no one escaped that. Just we have to accept that, and pervasive of suffering. So that three suffering is within samsara. Where this suffering is come from is origination of suffering. Origination of suffering is our afflictive emotions. So that means we create our suffering. We are creator ourselves, and we don't want the suffering. We have to get rid of our own origination of suffering. We can apply path. Truth of the path is beautiful, And we create love, compassion, heart is very powerful. When love, compassion arise in our heart, that moment extreme enjoy. And your fear is different. When devotion arise, also positive feeling, and devotion connect to the enlightened beings is extremely powerful feeling. And devotion arise, also negative feeling naturally release. And devotion is antidote to also our origination of suffering. And we visualize all these Buddhas in front of you, enlightened beings. These enlightened beings appear in your mind. The moment all this origination of samsara is naturally released. And so that's why we have to apply our visualize, yidam deity, meditate. And your mind rests in your own nature. Your mind resting with any you using support, shamatha, vipassana, whatever you use in practice, meditate, mindful, the moment you stop already all the origination of suffering. And so then we create the 6 parameter, what I talked already, 6 perfection. You use that practice, origination of suffering is naturally stopped. And then all this, like spiritual practice, is we create like special energy ourselves, good conduction, good energy we create ourselves. So long as you have the positive energy create yourself, negative energy is naturally released. So negative energies we can say origination of suffering, and positive energy we create is a truth of the path. So long as we create more positive energy ourselves, and then we go to the cessation is free from suffering. So that time, then we have our own protections. We are free from samsara, and we have our own reality, virtual reality. We have to create our own virtual reality, pure one, not the impure. So we get rid of impure reality. We create pure virtual reality, and as long as you get in that virtual reality, then you no longer belong to impure virtual reality citizen. So we have belong to pure virtual reality citizen and enlightened citizen group or enlightened states. And so then that means like we are totally free from suffering. So that is the Four Noble Truths, short, like summary. Yesterday I talked to Four Noble Truths. So today I share already Four Noble Truths again, like with you more detail. And now we finish completely Four Noble Truths teachings. Thank you, everyone. We finish the teachings. And yeah, so little time I have. If you have any questions, you can ask question.
If you're on Zoom and have a question, please raise your hand.
Yes, here.
You spoke a lot about anger, but my attachment or my negative emotion is sadness. Is there a way? I mean, the way has to be meditation. I'm aware of my sadness, but I'm so strongly focused on it that I can't let it go. Even though I want to let it go and I want to be in joy, but I can't because I just seem to always be sad.
You mean the attachment?
To sadness.
Sadness.
My emotion is sadness. It's not anger, it's sadness.
I see. So your emotions, sadness is actually arising from emotion. So sad is like result, suffering. Its origination of its cause is our self-grasping and our emotion. So that's why you apply, meditate, love and compassion, sadness naturally release. Sadness cannot be there, and we have to apply the practice like what we talked all this truth of the path, right? And that's question also yesterday I had shared teaching another side. They also say exactly similar, ask this question. So which practice really can remove this sadness? And each practice has power to remove sadness, long as we apply strong practice. And we have many different kind of practice. So another talk about precious human body meditation. Precious human body meditation, you recognize our ability, our good condition, and you think about yourself. Like first, we are take birth human being, and good condition. We are free from this animal realm, and free from also human being when handicap. When we take birth, no handicap. Yeah, so we can hear, we can see, we can walk. So all this is very lucky for us. And you create yourself this opportunity, good condition we have recognized and appreciate. We have to appreciate ourselves, and appreciate the feeling is good feeling. Then sadness feeling is naturally release. And also we recognize we have this all good condition, and who don't have that, we generate love, compassion that others. And then love, compassion arise in your heart. Naturally sadness is gone away, cannot be together. So that's why even you think about your all good conditions, what we have, and appreciate ourselves, and then think about other who don't have, create generate love, compassion in your heart. Sadness not possible to stay in your heart, mind. And then of course each practice really helps. Each practice, if also you practice maybe spiritual path like Buddha, enlightenment, Tara, something like special object, you create a strong devotion to the enlightened beings, then naturally release sadness too. This cannot be together. Devotion is a positive feeling, and sadness is a negative feeling. They cannot be together. So that's why you have to apply this, truth of the path, practice. And then this comes in your heart, sadness go away. Thank you. Anyone here? Okay, so here is in the zone, 3 people has question. 1 minute. First one is read my
Hi, Khenpo.
K40. I don't know. That's first one. First one. Okay, you go Nanala first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Two questions.
有两
One
个
is
问题。
about Khenpo.
Yes.
My first question is about what about the really handicapped human beings? Like, I had a sister with Down syndrome, and she couldn't talk. She
对，我有
couldn't
个姐
walk.
姐的妹妹呢，是残缺的哈，她不能讲话，不能走路，所以有这个智障者哈。
Okay, then your question is translated. It's okay.
Okay. So, and how is the possibility to this person to achieve something? Because what is the sense of her life? For example, passing all her life being taken care for others, because she teaches us a lot about love and compassion with her own way to be, because she was like a child until she was 48 years old. She died, she passed away 48 years old, and she helped us, our family, to practice love and compassion and to take care of other child like her with autism and other handicapped situation.
Yes.
How we can see this situation and the possibilities to have another opportunity in other lives. I don't understand really.
So when we meditate, we have to appreciate ourselves. We are not handicapped. Yeah. And this meditation is not saying like push down, who are handicapped, but, have to bring some, for positive feeling ourselves. So we have to recognize handicapped people are very hard, difficulty. And so we thank them and, also create a love compassion for them. Moments also, we also appreciate ourselves. We was born is not handicapped. And that helps you, create a good, positive feeling, graduate, right? Graduate. I think some, graduate.
Gradually growing.
Yeah, positive feeling. Gratitude, yeah, gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yeah, what means gratitude?
Grateful.
Grateful, yeah, gratitude. And we have to create that. Appreciate, very good feeling. And then, everything is due to individual level karma. Someone take birth to handicaps, but also handicap have good opportunity too. Many people take care, and they also have karma to take birth to handicap, but still also have good another karma people taking care and good condition have.
Mm-hmm.
Then the person also can due to good karma, and they can create love and compassion for others too. Yeah, so person who take care of them and that person also get benefit because the handicap also can be enlightened beings manifestation. The handicaps helps others. Who can handicaps help others who taking care of handicaps, and then handicaps really helping them, liberating them too.
Yeah.
So that's why, everything's up to individual level in that case.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Khenpo. It helped me a lot.
Laming, please. Laming has most questions a couple years ago. This year is the most quiet one, so today she raised her hand. We cannot hear Laming. You are mute. Can you unmute? Oh yeah, you can ask a question. Red man, yes, please first.
Yeah, I can. Okay, Tempura.
Lyman, you have 2 devices on, I think, so you're getting a lot of feedback.
Okay, Tempura. I want to ask: is compassion and loving kindness also emotion or not?
Can be emotion, can be pure without emotion, both. Love, compassion has with emotion, sometimes hurt, use love, compassion for others, but that is a positive emotion, not negative emotion. And your self-grasping emotions are very strong, really hurt yourself. But positive emotion arise for others, like through some love, compassion, then that emotion is not strong, not hurt you. Hurt sometimes a little bit, but not same as like our own afflictive emotion.
So actually, when we talk about emotion, like in the samsara, we have emotion, and mostly you are implying that emotion are all negative emotion. It's not positive compassion or loving kindness, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's what I want to clear. Thank you.
Positive emotion is a part of the path, not the origination of suffering.
Okay.
Positive emotions, I say, is a truth of the path.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
So next, Redman, please. It's K40, please.
仁波切好，
你稍微等一下啊，稍微等一下，我进入这个翻译转换一下啊，可以说了。
好的，就是如果对于没有领受过大圆满大手印这个教授的人，但是通过各种文思以及仁波切的系列的教授开示，已经明白了仁波切所说的海浪就是海，冰就是水。那么接下来进一步应该怎样修持，怎样达到最终的解脱？
没有接受过任何的灌顶吗？
有一些。
OK， 没有经过大圆满的教授啊？
没有。
听不了。She asked if she haven't received any proper teaching of Dzogchen or Mahamudra, but through coming to Zoom and listen to your teaching, she realized that the original self is actually Buddha, and the wave itself actually belongs to the ocean, and the ice actually, the nature of ice is actually water. So, what is the next step that she should do to practice Dzogchen or Mahamudra?
Oh. So, can you say again the last part I didn't get?
He realized that through your teaching, Khenpo, he realized that the true nature of everybody is actually the true nature of ice is actually water, and the wave is ice. Ice is water. Ice. The true nature of ice is water. Yeah. He realized that we are originally pure and perfect from the very beginning. So, what's her next step?
Yeah. Oh, so just same is like our here Sangha listening teaching, and what teaching comes and the listening and then practice meditate that use that teaching. Yeah.
然后人们界的回答就是说，闻思修，然后把教法实践在日常生活中。
And so we sharing teaching, sometimes Mahamudra Dzogchen, sometimes like this kind of Four Noble Truth. So we have to bring together this our practice. Like we not really graduating like different levels.
所以我们不要分这个级别大手印大圆满也好，那其实今天的四圣谛也好，不管是最基础的教法，再无上的教法，要把所有教法都整合起来，一起共修。
So today, we told all these 6 parameters have to bring together. Same, all this practice have to bring together. It doesn't matter which teaching you're hearing and receiving. So the practice have to bring together.
所以不管听闻什么教法，比如说今天仁波切讲6度，6度都必须含是1度里面必须含是其他的5度的，所以全部的法教都必须要圆融的把它整合起来，放在一块儿修。
Thank you.
谢谢。
好的，感恩仁波切，感恩医师。
谢谢。
Okay, next question, ED, please.
Good afternoon. Good morning, Rinpoche. When we say the word handicap, that's a concept, right?
Yes.
And so in the Dharma, in the Four Noble Truths that arose in India, there is a cultural content in the idea of handicap. Do you think?
Could be.
The way that people we call handicap were looked at in the time of Buddha Shakyamuni influenced what we say now. And I think, do you think?
Yeah, there could be, but it's this actually the point is, you know, who don't have something ability, we see them is we have to create a love, compassion using, you know, and then that, you know, helps us generate love, compassion, use the object. Okay, so we also have to appreciate ourselves. I can do that, you know, someone cannot do, or I can do this. Appreciate ourselves, and the same moment you can generate love, compassion. That's most important. Object, we don't need to think about or culture, or he can do or she cannot do, or like, you know, that's then loud, I think, information, then go to the auto level, followed by the words. Yeah.
I guess my question was in the eight endowments and 10 assets. It's often said that some people cannot study Dharma because of, say, an intellectual ability, or
Yes.
but don't you think that has to do with the way Dharma is taught?
So that helps become create, you know, love, compassion for that person who don't have, and that's the most important essence. Yeah. So we don't recognize usually, you know, others are suffering. If someone don't have a eye, so we don't just pay attention, no effort, no recognizing. So you think about, okay, if I don't have eyes, then, you know, oh yeah, it's really difficult, it's suffering. And then you create yourself is like good positive feeling, gratitude, and arise love, compassion that person, and wanted to take care and do something for who don't have eye. And that's the point. Okay.
I guess what you started out saying, the teaching that the Buddha was a revolutionary about not believing in castes and concepts like that. And that's a very old cultural concept. But sometimes I think that some of those old concepts still survive in Dharma teachings, where we see certain people. And
so the revelation is actually is a truth, you know, like it's we don't, the caste system is not truth, you know. It's that's why it's reality. Everybody want happiness, no one want suffering, all human beings equal. So that's the, you know, who say no equal, who say we have a caste system, then that is not right, not the actually, not reality, not truth. And you know what Buddha says is no, he created, he just saying it's a truth. You know, if that term is powerful kings and powerful that religion who follow, that doesn't like that, but just, you know, he's saying truth is, you know, he wanted to have everybody, it's equal right.
But is it true to say that some people absolutely cannot learn Dharma because of their capacities?
Yes, some people cannot learn Dharma because if it cannot hear and cannot see, this faculty is has problems, then you know, no ability to learn, do things the same as us. So that's we recognize, but that person also you know, we have to use the object is our compassion, taking care of object.
See, I think that maybe they could learn a little bit. And when we look at them as not able to learn at all,
Yes.
we don't try to teach them. And maybe we could teach them in a different way than Dharma has been taught. Maybe
Yes.
there's a new way that needs to be developed
Yeah.
as loving kindness.
Yes, I'm sure they have something due to technology. Everything's possible. And we can use some technology and new way, and we can share them. But then who can hear Dharma, who can learn Dharma, they become no belong to that group. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so everybody, Trashidale, thanks very much. And oh, I have to do the dedication, sorry. Not finish fully. Dorje Changte Loba Naro, Marba Malareba, Dharma, Lord Gambo, Papa Motoba, Lord Gomba, please bestow upon us most auspicious blessings over all Kaju Lamas. By this virtue, may all achieve nations by defeating all enemies of confusion. May all who travel on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent, precious mind, where is unborn may arise, where is unborn may not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray your Dharma activity suffer far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Manjushri Vero realized automatic state, and as did Samatha Bada, I will follow in the path and fully dedicate the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I shall bear fruit. By this virtue collected in the three times, by my seven all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the inner rule of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain Asapa's precious enlightenment. May the teachings of Guru Digompa Ranashri, who is emanation Lord of Dharma, Master of Interdependence, continue in through study, practice, contemplation, meditation, enter into the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. And we have lots of music going on there. This party in the visa. Right?
Thank you, Khenpo. Have a beautiful day.
We're going to party with the Dharma teachings. Ready to have another teaching. So, thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you,
Bye.
Khenpo.
Khenpo, it's going to be
Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Gracias.
Gracias,
Bye bye,
Khenpo. Muchas
everybody. Bye,
gracias.
Khenpo. Bye.